Hello and welcome to the channel. Looks like the service chiefs retired by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu who will be having the best time of their lives in retirement, as they have been lavished with bulletproof SUVs, personal aids, guards, allowances, and medical treatment abroad, etc. Way to end a long-serving career fighting at the forefront, eh? Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Retirement windfall. Ex-service chiefs get 4 bulletproof SUVs, 20 domestic aids, 36 soldiers. The Chief of Defense Staff and Service Chiefs who were retired by President Bola Tinubu on Monday, June 19, 2023, are to get bulletproof sport utility vehicles, personal aids, guards, and other perks of office, including generous allowance for medical treatment abroad as retirement benefits, Saturday Punch has gathered. The affected senior military officers are the immediate past Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo, and Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Isiaka Amaho. The harmonized Terms and Conditions of Service for Officers of the Armed Forces of Nigeria 2017, revised, which was exclusively obtained by Saturday Punch and marked as restricted, listed the benefits of the retired generals upon leaving the respective services. Section 11.8 of the HTA C0X 2017, a revised version of the HTA C0X 2012, listed the benefits of retiring CDS and service chiefs to include 1 bulletproof SUV or equivalent vehicle to be maintained by the service and to be replaced every 4 years, Peugeot 508 or equivalent backup vehicle, and 5 domestic aids made up of 2 service cooks, 2 stewards, and a civilian gardener. Each of them is also entitled to an aide-de-camp and security officer, special assistant of a lieutenant and captain or equivalent, or personal assistant of the rank of warrant officer or equivalent, and 9 standard guards of 9 soldiers. The immediate past CDS and service chiefs are also entitled to 3 service drivers, 1 service orderly, escorts to be provided by the appropriate military units and formations as the need arises, and free medical cover in Nigeria and abroad. They are also to retain all military uniforms and accoutrements to be worn for appropriate ceremonies as well as personal firearms. However, such firearms shall be retrieved by the relevant services upon the death of the beneficiaries. Section 11.19 of the HTA C0X 2017 also listed the retirement benefits of a Lieutenant General for the Nigerian Army, Vice Admiral for the Navy, and Air Marshal for the Air Force to include 2 Peugeot 508 cars or 1 Toyota Land Cruiser, 2 cooks, 2 stewards, 4 residential guards, 1 service orderly, 2 service drivers, free medical treatment in the country and abroad to the tune of $20,000 yearly. Meanwhile, many major generals and equivalent in the Navy and Air Force are expected to apply for voluntary retirement latest by Monday, following the appointment of a new CDS and service chiefs by the President. In the HTA C0S, however, the retirement benefits for a Major General in the Army, Rear Admiral in the Navy, and Air Vice Marshal in Air Force, who are 2-star officers, include 1 Peugeot 508, a cook, a steward, 2 residential guards, 1 service orderly, 1 service driver, free medicals in Nigeria and abroad to the tune of $15,000 per year. They are 1-star officers who are brigadier generals, commodore, and air commodore upon retirement are entitled to 1 Peugeot 408, a service driver, 2 residential guards, 1 service orderly, and free medicals locally and abroad to the tune of $10,000 each. For colonels, captains, and group captains in the Army, Navy, and Air Force, respectively, Each of them is expected to go with a Peugeot 301 or another car of the same value and free medical cover in the country. The harmonized conditions of service, however, provided that for Major Generals, Brigadier Generals, Colonels, and their equivalents in the Navy and the Air Force, all the benefits could be monetized for the retiring officers. In comparison, the 2012 version of the HTAC-0S made provisions for one security car to be maintained by the respective service and replaced every 4 years, retention of all military uniforms and accoutrements to be worn for appropriate ceremonies, as well as personal firearms which shall be retrieved by the relevant services upon the death of the beneficiaries. 3 domestic civilian aides, cook, gardener and steward, or cash in lieu, aide-de-camp and security officer, 6 standard guards, 1 service driver, and 1 service orderly for retiring generals, CDS, and service chiefs in section 0917. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Saturday Punch gathered that the HTA-C0S was reviewed in 2022 in accordance with the 5-year review period, but it was not signed due to rumblings that the senior generals were taking good care of themselves at the expense of the rank and file. It was learned that to become operative, the HTA-C0S will be signed by the CDS with the permission of the President as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. The current HTA-C0S in use specifies that the CDS and service chiefs must be 4-star generals and can hold the positions for a continuous period of 2 years, and that the Commander-in-Chief can extend such appointments for another period of 2 years from the date of the expiration of the initial 2-year period. However, Section 1109 leaves the tenure of the CDS and service chiefs open and at the discretion of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, stating, the foregoing notwithstanding, the President, C&C, reserves the prerogative to extend the tenure of a CDS and service chief, irrespective of his age or length of service. Former President Muhammadu Buhari relied on this provision to retain the services of Chief of Defense Staff General Abayomi Olonisakin, Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Ibok Ikwe Ibas, and Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, who were appointed in 2015 but were not replaced until January 2021, even though there were calls for them to be sacked based on the rising insecurity in the country. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.